morning, everybody. I really thought that I was going to be able to put up videos a lot more often. Like, I'm really sad that I haven't. Let's turn on this light. Because, I mean, I expected that I was going to be able to. I underestimated how much time goes into editing. Maybe it's because I'm new at it and I just suck at it right now. But it's definitely time consuming. Anyway, that being said, in this video, I'm going to be updating you guys on everything that has been going on. I am a mom in nursing school who is an exclusive pumper. And I'm also working on implementing the Montessori method in my house with my baby. So, school. Let's get started. Guys, I actually recorded a clip, I don't know, maybe a month ago when I had just started school, or maybe like 6 weeks ago or something, when I had just started, that was like, oh, you guys, it's really not that bad. Nursing school is not that bad. It's fine. Like, I don't know, like maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but it's really not, or not an unpopular one, but an uncommon opinion, but it's really not that bad. Well, it was not that bad before midterms, let me put it that way. And then something happened after midterms that everybody freaked out. My nursing program, I don't know if every program works this way, but my nursing program works that if you drop a class, if you're not getting a good grade, like a passing grade, which is a 78 at least in the class, then you can drop it by said drop date around midterms. And if you don't drop it and you end up failing the class at the end of the semester, then you're completely out of the program. Out. But if you pass, then you can continue on with the program, obviously. But if you drop the class before the due date, before the set date, then you can continue on with the program, but then the following semester, you can't continue on with the rest of the classes. You just take that one or however many classes you dropped. So you're essentially like adding a semester to the program for yourself, which that would suck for me. Suck. Like, it would work out maybe if I didn't have kids, but I'm affecting someone else's life. And not only my babies, but my husband too. Anyone who is married in a nursing school or in college at all knows that it's not easy on a relationship. Okay, anyway, that being said, what else do I want to tell you guys about nursing school? It's very skills based, so don't go into nursing school thinking that it's like every other test and, oh, I'm a good test taker, your study skills really come into play in these tests. If you're not an organized studier, but you have to be super organized, because, and I imagine that this would be any program. A lot of the times your professors will change dates on assignments or on tests or on quizzes or on skills check-off. 2 or 3 days out of the month we're actually having to go to school. And that's typically when we do our skills check-off. So I have that happening really soon and I'm nervous. So anyway, my point is that all of those things changing, it would be close to impossible to have that, like to keep all of that in your brain. You have to be really super organized. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to do it if you're unorganized, but it would be really close to impossible, even if you don't have kids. I kind of wanted to tell you where I am right now. After midterms, I was really in a tough spot. There was one class, fundamentals, and it's one of those content heavy classes. I'll show you guys in a little bit the notes that I have for that, but for a test that I have today. And it's one of your really content heavy classes, and after midterms I am still really in trouble in that class. I may not stay in the program. And I think that a lot of my classmates are in the same boat because our professor has been really good about giving us, about giving us some good information about, like, the study guide was a little bit more specific. Oh, so let me show you guys the amount of notes that I have for this one test. Oh, she actually told us to start studying early, and she gave us like a few things to start studying early. So that actually really helped because I got a lot of notes done. So let me show you guys my setup here. I have this. So this is my notebook. I'll show you guys all that's in it because it's literally like, it's not very thick, but all of it is basically, a lot of it is this notes for this next test. I had to basically like learn these tables, fluid and electrolyte tables. And so you see like the electrolytes and then fluid imbalances and skills. So you have to, a lot of what they're doing is if we can't be there for skills, like if we can't be in school and they can't test us on the skills, they test us on the step by step of every little thing. So you got your acid-base imbalances, metabolic and respiratory acidosis and alkalosis. And I basically just rewrote. So I rewrote not just rewrote everything, but kind of made my own notes. I would go and watch registered nurse RN videos. If you don't follow registered nurse RN, then you might want to. You really, really want to. She is great. She gives such good information, and it's like to the T, like NCLEX information. Very, very legit. And she does a really, really great job of explaining things in an understandable manner. So I love her. I love all her videos. So, okay, let me show you guys. I'm going to go through every page so you guys can just see the amount of notes that one test takes. My time has literally gone into this for the last like 2 weeks. Most, if not all of my time has gone into this class, fundamentals. But if anyone is out there who actually has kids and is thinking about going back to school, or is in school and is freaking out, or is thinking about going to nursing school, yes, it's hard. But if you're a parent, you know things are hard. If you have determination and you have the will to do it, you can do it. It's totally, totally doable. I have not gone to bed past 2 o'clock every morning, and like any day. And I don't want to speak too fast, but if I don't fail a fundamentals class, then that should serve you guys as proof that it is doable. So yeah, that's the situation with school. The pumping situation, there's really not a whole lot to say about the pumping situation, except for that I weaned Tiago. Well, hold on. I'm weaning Tiago, but essentially I'm done pumping. I actually feel pretty good about it. I can use regular bras. Like, it's so comfortable. I didn't realize how much I loved wearing regular bras. I'm not a person that just like likes to let it hang loose. I know that a lot of women do. And like just, you know, are comfortable like not wearing a bra or wearing a really loose one or something. I've never been that person. Like, I always have to have a nice comfortable bra. I finished pumping my last day, and I don't feel sad about it at all. Like, I really, really don't, because if anything, I'm so extremely proud of myself. And I'm proud of Tiago because he did so well with, oh, he's up. That means we have to go. I've actually just been waiting for him to wake up. 5, and I have to be taking my test at 8:30. And it takes about 30 minutes to get home, so we'll see how that works out. I am really nervous about this test coming, this upcoming exam, because like I said before, this will basically determine if I get to stay in the program. If I fail this test, I still will have like one more test in this class, but if I fail this one test, then it will be really, really hard to make up for it. Like I'll basically have to get a 95 to a 100 on the final to make it through. So maybe I should have dropped the class. Maybe I should have dropped it. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Oh, but think about it. If I pass, then that means I'll be done with my first semester of school. Just 3 more to go in the NCLEX. But then I'm done. I've been forgetting to talk about this, but those of you who watched my last vlog noticed that I cut my hair, and it just the bun was becoming a permanent look for me. And like, I know I don't have time, but I don't need to look like I don't have time, you know, like I don't need to look lazy every single day. And that's essentially what it was becoming for me. It just was like a automatic, like, wake up in the morning, put on your bun, and that was my bun for the rest of the day. And that's not cute. Like, after a certain point, the messy bun look is just not cute anymore. So the good thing is I actually got kind of good at doing buns, like not in front of the mirror, so there's that. But it was just becoming a little too like lazy looking for me, so I just decided to chop it off. Friday and I were actually talking yesterday about how I look like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Can you guys tell? And he's like, no you don't. I'm like, yes I do. He's like, no, you look like Willy Wonka. Oh, I thought he was gonna say, no you don't, you look beautiful, my love. He said I look like Willy Wonka. It's so true. You guys tell me in the comments if I look more like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. I wish I knew how to post a picture, like a comparison picture right here. If I can figure out how to put like a picture on my video, I'll put a picture of Lord Farquaad and one of Willy Wonka, and you can tell me who I look like. Anyway, now I will see you guys after my test. Wish me luck.
Anybody have a problem with proctoria?
80. Yes. I basically needed a 78. And 80, you guys, on a test like this is amazing. Oh my God.
Hello.
So I found this at Aldi's, white bean and kale soup. And I'm gonna put some rice in it. And I got some beef thawed out to put in it. So it's gonna be like a really hearty soup, I hope. I just don't think that this is enough. So I'm gonna add some bone broth, and I may have to add some beans too. So we'll see how it turns out. Meanwhile, I'm gonna eat my oatmeal that I made like 2 hours ago. I just finished with my exam, as you guys saw. My first class is done. And now I'm going to try and take care of this mess. Let's do this. And he is wearing the little hat that I got him from Amazon. It's this company called Aleppo. Oh, long looking. It makes us little head look long, like the cone heads. But I think he looks adorable. Anyway, this guy's super sleepy, so I'm gonna feed him, then put him to sleep for a nap. Yeah. We hadn't really implemented any other type of parenting other than like just what we knew, I guess. I don't know. And so there's really not, like, if I made it in another video, there wouldn't really be much to update you guys on. The only thing that I've really changed, obviously, is like, I'm trying to be a respectful parent, and I'm trying to treat him as an equal and just explain as much as I can to him that I'm doing, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing it to him, but sort of trying to get his cooperation and doing it with him. And which is a big part of Montessori, is treating the child like an equal and like a respected person, not like a doll that you're doing things to. So, and I think that Montessori is in a big way more of a parenting. It's really hot. More of a parenting type of mindset, and not it's not about like the toys that you own or how you play. But anyway, that being said, I have changed the living room a little bit. Friday actually built this cubby storage, and I absolutely love it because it keeps everything really nice and organized, and it makes it look so pretty. And I'm gonna just go through his activities that he has for now, and kind of how he is developmentally with them. So this ball, I got it from Amazon. I don't remember the company. I don't remember at all. But I got it at like 3 or 4 months, thinking, oh, he's gonna love like grasping it and looking at the ball. At 3 or 4 months, he did not care about that. All he wanted to do was put it in his mouth. It wasn't until now, at 7.5 months, that he actually like looks at it and kind of inspects the ball on the inside, and he can actually get his little mouth around these things. So I wouldn't recommend getting it before then, or before about 5 or 6 months. This little basket, it's just different little balls, different textures. He loves these little balls, just playing with them. Especially this one. He always looks for this one because he can munch on it, and he likes all the little different textures in his mouth. What he's really into is, and more with something else I'll show you, but, well, especially with this one actually, he'll throw it and then go get it, and then throw it somewhere else, and then go get it, and then roll it somewhere else, and then grab it. He really, really likes that. And he does the same with these sometimes too. I got his little tambourine here. At first, he only liked munching on the end of the stick, but now he's actually very into doing this. Or sometimes he doesn't do it with that, he'll just do it with his hand. And he'll kind of inspect this. And I watch him because even though the ends of this aren't sharp, it still makes me nervous that he puts this in his mouth. It's not sharp at all. Like, you can see that, like, I have my fingers all over it and it's not sharp. But still, I still watch him with anything that, well, that is like hard material. Okay, and this. Oh, he loves this. This little wobbly thing, let me show you what it does. It's supposed to kind of motivate them to crawl, which that's exactly what it does for him. So, for example, I'll lay him right here, and he'll kind of bat at it, and then it goes. Or like he'll bat at it even harder, and then it'll go to the side, or he'll try to grab it and then it'll like, you know, roll away from him, and then he wants to go get it, and then he'll try to grab it and he goes even further away. So he loves this thing. Not to mention it does this cool thing. He makes it do that thing, and he loves watching it. He smiles at it and talks at it, and he just loves watching it do that thing. It intrigues him so much. So this thing I definitely recommend for crawlers or anything that does that funny thing. It is so cool. And this thing, I actually did not think he would be into it. This is a Galt popper toy. So what it does is essentially is you just press down on these little pegs and they jump up. Which is really cool. Not that well, he's not gonna be able to do that at first, but you know, he might, you know, be learning to grab them and pull them out. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. So at first he was kind of like unsure. He kept kind of doing this and kind of just doing that and not sure what to do. Then he started pulling out one at a time, munching on it, and then he would let it go and then munch on the other one. And as he was letting them go, I would be putting them back. So he would see them constantly be returned to their spot. Then he eventually learned how to take two at a time. And now, but he's wanting to learn how to put it back. Like I saw him do this the other day, kind of tap it on here. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was accidental or what it was, but he kept tapping it on there. So I think he's slowly but surely getting there. And I think it's so cool to see the progression with this toy. And I can definitely see this being on this shelf for a while. This is another toy that it's from Love Every that he did not like at the beginning. He got it when he was about 4 or 5 months old, I think 5, and he did not like it at first. He liked these things, like he would take one out and then just kind of munch on that one for the rest of the time. And he didn't seem interested in this at all. So what I did was that I put these cloths in a little basket, and then that's what I would just give him to kind of mess with and, you know, look at the colors and all that. But the box itself didn't seem to interest him until now. Actually, I just put it in rotation yesterday, or the day before yesterday, sorry. And I would pull out a little bit of the tissue, and then he would kind of go like this and kind of figure out that he needed to pull a little bit harder. And so as I went, I started pulling out a little bit less and less of the tissue so he could do a little bit more of the work. Well, that one kind of came out on its own. I have to link them together, but I would do like maybe that much. Then eventually he would do this, and he would like start pulling harder and harder, and eventually he really got it and seemed really interested in it. And this one is another one that he did not seem interested at all, not one bit. He was like, what is this thing? I actually introduced it to him twice, and he just did not seem into it at all. Yesterday I pulled that one and this one out, and he actually got into it, and he put it back twice. Like just in a matter of like weeks, he was already putting it back. Which I don't know if it was intentional or not, but every time that he would drop it, like he would grab it, he would munch on it, and then drop it, and then I would grab it and put it back. So he would see me put it back. And then he would grab it again and munch on it and then do this thing and then just kind of mess. But he, one time he kind of let it go and I did that and he slid it like that. I didn't take a video, of course, but yeah, it's really cool to see. I think it was totally accidental, but it's really cool to see that he's actually at least interested in it. And he wasn't a few weeks ago, so that's cool. Another thing is this Noisy Farm book. So to be honest, I'm kind of pushing this one, and I just really like the book, which is why I leave it out. But he likes the pictures, but you see what it does when you press on his back. He does not like that. That scares the heck out of him. Where's the... Yeah, he does not like that. Nope. So I've just kept it out. The first time that I showed him this book, I pressed the buttons as I was reading it to him and talking about the animals, and he did not like that. He looked at me with the saddest, like most confused look. So now what I'm doing is I just go and read them, and as I read the book and as I go through the animals, I show him the figurines that I got that kind of match up with the book. And actually this came in the mail today. I just got this for him today because other than that book, we don't really have a lot of like realistic books at all, like real pictures. And I like the idea of him learning animals or animal sounds. So, you know, as you can see, it's got little animals and it's got a little spot where he can touch it and kind of feel the animal. Some parts are not like super cool. Like this one, I thought it would have a little like leathery spot where you can feel the elephant, but it doesn't. It's got just like some drops of water up here that feel kind of funny, but are honestly barely noticeable. So yeah, it'll be cool to show him the names of these animals in Spanish and in English. And here we got some other books. I'm just gonna go through them quickly just so you guys kind of get the idea of what we're reading. Hey everyone, so Tiago's down for bed. I am going to be working on a lot of homework and the head to toe exam that I haven't started studying for. This is going to be my dinner pretty much, and maybe a little bit of the soup that I made earlier. I didn't show you guys the soup that I made earlier. It's basically got beef and beans and rice and like it's got pieces of potato and carrots and just yumminess. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And I will hopefully see you guys very, very soon. Bye.